Guys, do you love Jeeps? And it was a dream for you to buy a Jeep, or you're planning to buy a Jeep now. So I'll help you the tips in buying a old Mahindra Jeep. Stay tuned. Watch the entire video, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel CRD Modes, and this is Rahul for you. So we have a legendary CJ500 behind me, so I'm gonna help you out if you're seriously planning to buy any Mahindra Jeep, and I'm going to share you some tips if you're seriously looking to buy a Mahindra CJ500 or any Mahindra Jeep. By the way, it's a 1983 old guy, so if you are still, there might be chances you might be looking of any of a 90s or late 90s Jeeps. I can help you some tips where you can watch the video and understand like what were the techniques to find out or to buy a better Jeep. Stay tuned. You wanted to buy this Jeep, or you wanted to buy similar like this, and you came to a proper place, and this is why CRD Modes is for you, to help you buying your dream vehicle and helping you in understanding its mechanicals. So guys, stay tuned. And the first tip I'm gonna share with you, if you're planning to buy this beast, and there are some few checklists, guys. So out of that, the first one is you need to check the vehicle body conditions. Okay, we'll come about the engine at second part, but you just try to understand the what I'm going to explain it now. The very first point, if you're going to buy an Mahindra CJ500, especially somewhere 80s make or 90s make, you should just check out the surroundings of the body, guys, because when you just go beyond the body level, that is underneath of the body, you can see the chassis, and after the chassis you can see the body. You should find any of the rust or any cracks or any dents or any kind of holes which are there to the vehicle. That would help you out to estimate the proper buying condition of the vehicle. Second point we are going to cover up is the tires. Like these vehicles have uh, very thin tires, guys. Like it comes with a very thin ratio of the tire segment, but as you see for this vehicle, we have upgraded the tires to a 275 by 60 by R17 tires. This is a very different segment. We have a other purpose for this one, but if you're going to plan a user vehicle, check the tires, how the tires would be. And usually if you're going to look for the tires cost, even if the tires are not better, you can also change them, and the tires would be costing you somewhere around roughly around 4 to 5,000 rupees each tire, guys. So it's not a big upgrade if you want to change the tires. Third part is the suspension system, guys. This is an Mahindra CJ500, and this comes with a leaf spring kind of leaf coil suspension. Okay, it's usually in India we call it especially as a kaman patti. Okay, so guys, so you need to check this suspension how it works exactly, and if you're not comfortable, you can get it serviced, guys. Don't replace it unless it is necessary. So you can service this guy, the especially the coil, the command putty what I'm talking about, and that can be serviced around 5 to 7,000 based on like it mostly have the bushes and some alterations for that, man, that can be done. So we have discussed about many things. Now let us step into another thing, that is about the brakes. These are especially brakes are very important for this huge beast, guys, because it's very heavy. So if you're running a proper of 80 to 90 kilometers per hour in a road, and if you want to stop somebody at a immediately, or like a random braking or any emergency braking, panic braking, what do you call, man? So if you want to break them out vehicle, so it's a very tough job for this guy. This guy is very tough at braking, so you need to check that, uh, especially the braking system, how are the brakes. Like usually these vehicles are oil brakes, oil pressure brakes. Usually you need to pump them once or twice if the brakes are very how can I say you, the brakes are very less effective. Or else you can do one thing, you can upgrade the braking system, and these brakes come with also a smaller drums, which are like, this is a 1983 make, so usually it comes with an international engine. Or if you're going especially to Jeep mechanic, they call them as tawas and drums. Okay, so these are more effective for the braking system, because at that 1983s there were no disc brakes for this guy. So anyways, in the later model they have introduced the disc brakes, but still it has a traditional drum brakes, guys. And also, if you want, you can upgrade them, guys. Like in the late of 90s, usually this guy comes with a somewhere around this size of drums, okay. And in the 90s there were disc drums were upgraded, I mean sorry, not the disc drums, it was only the drums were upgraded some to somewhere on some more than the bigger size. Like now we have upgraded these guys. I'll share that video to you guys, how to upgrade your brakes. I'll help you with those video too, because we have upgraded for our beast. And by the way, and if you're going to purchase any CJ500 or any other vehicle with a lower braking efficiency, you need to pump them. You can just try to test them when you're going around the normal of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, and when you tap the vehicle, it doesn't stop, and you need to give a pumping on that, like uh, tapping on the brake for the twice, it gives a pump to the oil and pressurizes it, gives up to the output. So this is the one, the way, guys. There is also one more thing you need to check if you're going to plan the CJ500, because it comes with an traditional steering, so it doesn't come with any power steering. Don't expect from the CJ500 anything else. And by the way, you have a bell crank under the body, where you need to check the play. If you're not good at that, just take a mechanic, especially a Jeep mechanic, where he will help you out to understand the play. And usually if still there is a problem, you can get it somewhere around 5 to 7,000 a bell crank, guys. And one more cosmetic thing, guys, like there might be exterior looks, the paint condition and everything. And traditionally, if you want to paint your Jeep, there are multiple ranges, guys. Like if you're going to especially a Jeep customizer or somewhere, they will charge you at least from 26,000 rupees to around 75,000, even more than that. It all depends on their work and quality of work. And apart from that, you can also check the seat conditions. Usually these are altered with the pushback seats, so you can just enjoy the comfortable ride. Or else still, if you're not if you think that your vehicle doesn't come with the pushback seats, and still you can upgrade them. You can get an old seats in your market somewhere, in your place, a Jeep market or any automobile market. This traditionally cost you around some 4 to 5,000 rupees is pair of seats. And the last and the final major important thing about this beast is the engine, guys. There are multiple options for this beast. Actually, it's a very customizable thing, and you can get a DI engine for that, and you can go for a Peugeot engine for that, and you can go for an international engine for that, which is stock engine for that. And later, Mahindra has upgraded to a DI engine, Mahindra DI engine, and these are more successful engines, guys. And you can also add a Bolero and or a Toyota 3-cylinder engine, anything you want on this. This beast is purely customizable, guys. Like whatever you want, you can just change them, interchange them. And the major thing, and I'll help you out, like how to check the condition of the engine. You need to just check few parts, like I'll just share you right away in this video. And we have lifted the bonnet and just trying to understand the engine part. And here, this is the DI engine, and you can see a battery in front of us, and after that the engine, and after that you see the air filter box, and towards your right side you see radiator and the radiator fan. So if you want to check the engine condition, there are a lot of ways, guys. Like it all depends on how expertise are you understanding the vehicle engines. If you have a mechanic, it will sort you out, very easy work. Still, if you want to just check by yourself how the condition of engine, you just need to remove the red color cap which is mounted over the engine. And let me show you that how to remove that one. So this is the way you can just remove the cap and start the engine. It's just a pressable thing. You should just need to start the engine, and just keep your hand just above to that outlet, and increase the RPM. I mean, you can just ask your friend to press the accelerator and see whether like there might be some oil is spilling, like it may be sprinkling of engine oil from that cover. If in that case, if you notice any oil sprinkling on that cover, and that's a damn thing that the engine is almost dead. So try to avoid those kind of engines, or if you're getting at a better price, then go for that and upgrade your engine. And let's move to the second. Let me put that cover on that. That's it. So you have a battery, guys. So you have a battery now, so you can just buy an multimeter from the online or any of the near store and just connect the positive and negative ends to the respective battery and check the voltage. Should be giving you somewhere around 12 plus volts, and if you're starting the vehicle, it will be giving 13 to 14 based on the dynamo. And if you're getting a low power, that is somewhere around 12 and a half or 12 somewhere, even after starting the vehicle, there might be some problem with the dynamo. And you want to see that guy, how the dynamo looks. And this is the guy, yeah, just after the radiator fan. And we have upgraded this guy to 35 volts so that we never ever mess with the especially battery failures. And also this is the radiator fan, and there is also one more thing, cost effective part is this one is the part, I mean the exactly the radiator. If you can see the radiator fan, it is mounted to one connection. It's usually called as water pump. Usually this pumps water into the engine and the radiator. So you need to check the play of this one. I'll just help you how to check that. So this one is a water pump, sorry, I don't know why I'm getting water house, what's there. But if you can see that, you can just pull this one and see there is no play because it's a brand new one, we have upgraded this. But usually you can see the mount. If there is an play in that, like play is nominal play is fine, but if there is more play, try to replace that one. Try to shake the entire fan setup, and if you see any play, and you need to immediately change that one, or else what happens is that when you see the play, the fan usually tries to knock out your dynamo, and that's a messy thing, guys. Don't go with this setup and all those messy issues. Try to replace that as soon as possible. And also, if you want me to ask, the dynamo will be costing you somewhere around 3000 rupees to 7000 rupees based on the brand you chose, and the water house will be costing around 2000 rupees bucks, and you can get it anywhere because in DI engine, wherever you go you can find this DI engine parts. Don't worry about those things. And the air filter is a traditional one, there is nothing to check when you're going to buy. But also, when coming out, especially when you're talking about engines, try to check the oil leakages whenever you see the vehicle parked. And also try to check the radiator, and you can just remove this cap when the engine is off, and also when the engine is not hot, and try to check whether it is filled with the water or coolant. Usually guys, like the guys who usually maintain these jeeps, try to use the traditional water itself, but I do suggest is to go for and coolant that won't cost you more than 400 rupees. So for the 2 bottles of coolant, and you can just add it up 1:4 ratio with the distilled water and fill it up, because life deta hai. And let's check the another few things, like whenever you see the interior, this is the interior, how does it look for a Mahindra Jeep. And that's my mask, and it has a 2-spoke steering wheel, and some vehicles, if you're going for a very older versions, you may get a 3-spoke steering wheels. And we have upgraded the seat, guys, so don't expect these kind of push pull seats from the Mahindra CJ500. And we have also upgraded the rear tire setup. I mean, not exactly rear tire setup, the rear parts, I mean the rear seats. Okay, you can just comfortably, it can be a 3 plus 3 6 7 8 seater, guys. So Mahindra Jeep, now we have upgraded it to 8-seater. And also you can just these seats are mountable, like you can just lift them and tight back side of that, so that you can have ample space here. And this is how it looks. And one more thing we have upgraded is that the accelerator pedal. Traditionally it has an old pedal, but we have upgraded that accelerator pedal, because it was not going for a maximum top speed like which we are expected. So, and it was also a bit hard to handle it, so we have gone for a Bolero's accelerator pedal, and from the traditional system into a cable wire system. And guys, like if you want to upgrade these massive tires, which you are not able to see right now, but if you want to upgrade them, there are multiple options. Like you can just go for some uh, wider in alloy or steel rims, which you are liking going for off-roading. and you can just go for the tire you require, and it all supports. It's very customized, as I told you. And please stay tuned, and if you have any questions, please drop us in the comment box so that I can help you out when you're planning to buy a CJ500 or any other Mahindra Jeep. Stay tuned, guys. Please do comment, like, and subscribe our channel for much more updates. Thank you.